called the four quadrants, and this is something that Stephen Covey created. And I want to share my screen here with you. And as you can see, this four quadrants, you see where it says the urgency. It's talking about how urgent is this project. And when you look over here where it says high, which is the importance right here, and low, you see it right here, and then the urgency, which is like high or low. So I'm first going to talk about the first quadrant that says urgent and not important, and important. So this is the type of task that you need to do right now that needs to get done immediately. When I look at my quadrants, which I do my quadrants every Sunday morning to make sure that I have the week planned out. So in this case, for the quadrants, when I look at it, the quadrants that I have for this one, the urgent, the one that needs to get done right now, where I need to get the proposal sent out for this presentation that I have that I'm going to be doing in in a week. I need to also the description of what I'm going to be speaking about. And then I have a presentation this Wednesday at the governor's office, and I have to make sure that I have that ready and just practice it a little bit. So those are the things that I'm putting as urgent. And then when I look at other things that are urgent, I need to make sure that I'm uploading my content for Facebook and that I'm scheduling that out. So that's urgent because I want to make sure that I'm constantly putting out information for people to watch to make sure that I'm keeping up with providing value to the people that follow me. And then when we move now to this right here, the important, not urgent, that's the information, that's the tasks that you need to do, but that it's not doesn't have to be done immediately. So when I look at this and I'm looking at my quadrants, I'm looking at I need to connect and follow up with potential clients. I call it the hour of power. For an hour a day, I'm sending out emails to potential people that can hire me to speak. I'm sending out emails to people that could hire me to help them with their book or people that I can help with coaching. So those are the things that they're important, but they're not urgent. It doesn't have to be done immediately. But when it comes to these type of tasks, what I like to do is I like to put it on my calendar to make sure that I have it there, that I give it the time to work on it. Because if I don't give it the time to work on it, then I'll never do it. And then before you know it, that will go into this category, which is urgent. So these are the type of tasks that you want to get done now and not procrastinate like you used to when you were in high school till the last minute and then turn in your project at the end. And I've noticed that that happened to me a lot where I would wait till the last minute. I still got a week to get that proposal out, or I still have this amount of time to follow up with these people. And then it gets to the point where I haven't followed up with them in months and it's the relationship is not there anymore. So you have to build up that rapport once again. So now it turns into an urgent task. And then when it comes to tasks over here, you got to make sure that they are things that are going to help your business grow because sometimes maybe people look at things that they look important and not urgent, but really they're not important. So you got to make sure that you're looking at it and that you're writing down all the things that you're seeing that are urgent. So I have about 10 things on the urgent side, and then I have about 10 things on the important, not urgent. And then when we look down here at urgent, not important, delegating it. So when it comes to tasks for myself personally, there's some things that I do in regards to, for example, my book process where I help people become authors and I help them with the editing, the formatting, the book cover. And now when it comes to that, that stuff is urgent. It's not like it is important actually in this case, but it's stuff that I need to delegate. It's not important that I do it because I do not have those skill sets when it comes to making a book cover or editing or formatting. So what I do is I find somebody else that I can pay to do that, and then I delegate it to them. So for you, you have to think about what are some of the little tasks that you're doing that you need to delegate. I have clients who are constantly doing their invoicing, and they have a lot of invoices, and they are the ones doing the invoices when they're the owner of the business. But if they're constantly doing the invoices where they're getting hundreds of invoices, then they're never going to be able to work on their business. So for for you, what are the things that you need to delegate? What are the little tasks that you are holding on to as a business owner that you don't need to hold on to? And what can you do to delegate it to somebody else? I've had people where they pay somebody to clean their house because they don't have the time to clean their house because they're so caught up in their business. And if they were to clean the house, they would lose thousands of dollars because they make a lot more money than if they were trying to clean it and have somebody else clean it for 150, 300 bucks. And then now they can make those thousands of dollars. So you have to really think about like, what are the things that you are not delegating that you need to delegate right now? And then the final one, this is a very powerful one, is the important and not urgent, that you need to just dump it, that you need to get rid of it. For this one, I had a client who was looking at her calendar and she had about four lunches and then she had about two dinners or coffees. So she was averaging out about five meetings in a week. And when I talked to her, I was telling her, okay, so you have these four lunches, and let's say you're spending about an hour on each of these lunches. That's about 4 hours. And she said, try more like 2 to 3 hours because her lunches would not just be an hour. And then she also said the commute time was about 30 minutes both ways. So when you're adding it up, each meeting is an hour of commute and then let's say 2 hours of talking and having lunch. So you're looking at 3 hours for that lunch. And then if you multiply it by four, you're looking at 12 hours. And then on top of it, she had a couple of dinners. Those are three more hours each one. So you're almost looking at 20 hours that she was spending on just lunches. And some of these lunches, they were to get together with friends, which is great. There's nothing wrong with socializing. But the thing is, she was behind on some of her tasks and she was not getting rid of these lunches. And the reason why is because she didn't want to be mean. She didn't want to be seen as the person that might feel like she's stuck up or she doesn't care about them. She was just having a lot of guilt. But when she decided to start deleting those lunches from her calendar and reducing the lunches that she was having, now she was having more time to do the work that she needed to get done in order for her business to grow. So for you, what are some of the things that you need to eliminate? Maybe it's that cleaning up the garage last minute when you've been leaving it off for months or years, and now you want to clean up the garage when you know you need to make these calls or you need to follow up with clients or you need to put that proposal together or you need to do some hard work that you're avoiding and then you're procrastinating on it because you want to avoid the work. And I get it. I sometimes want to avoid the work, and I sometimes have avoided the work because I don't want to do it because it's boring, because it's not fun, and because it's not entertaining. Whatever the case may be for you, you really need to think about what are some of the things that you're looking at as important, but they're really not important and that they're not urgent that you need to eliminate. Because once you start to eliminate these tasks, you'll have a lot more time to work on the things that actually matter. So when I am done with this part of it, I now have a clear idea as to what tasks I need to get done. And now that I have a clear idea of the tasks that need to get done, the next thing that I do is I get a 3x5 card. You can't see it, but I get a 3x5 card and I write down the six most important tasks based on the urgent and important, not urgent. I look at that and then I write it down on my 3x5 card, which I carry with me at all times. And then I work on these six tasks. And once I'm done with these six tasks, then I go into my quadrant and then I look at, okay, what's number seven? What's number 8? What's number 9? What's number 10? What I used to do is I used to skip to 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then I would just do distracted work. I would start working on my YouTube channel. I would start working on things that are not helping my business grow. And when I would do that, it would help. It would not help me. It would help. It would have me stay behind on my tasks. And then I would beat myself up. I would feel guilty. I would then turn to foods. I would then turn to things that were making me feel better because I was already feeling bad about procrastinating. And then now I was sabotaging myself. I was sabotaging my energy through the foods that I was eating because that would give me a sense of comfort in that moment because I felt guilty. And when I would feel guilty, I would eat my emotions to help me feel better, which in reality, it wasn't making me feel better. And then that would really derail my motivation. That would derail my business, and then I would feel bad. So when you're done with the quadrants, put the six most important tasks on a 3x5 card and carry this with you at all times. And also, I encourage you that you look at this in the morning. Even you could even have it near your desk when you wake up. You already have a map as to where you're going, as to what exactly it is that you need to do when you have this 3x5 card. Instead of just waking up and saying, what do I need to do today? You know exactly what you need to do today because you have this 3x5 card that will help you to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. Now, once I have the six tasks that I need to get done, what I then do is I transfer it onto my Google Calendar. I put, when am I going to do these? Because if you don't plan when you're going to do these tasks, then you're going to do whatever. You're going to again procrastinate because you don't know exactly what it is you need to do. So I put it on my calendar. I put it, for example, a block of time for the hour of power where I connect with people and follow up with people. And then I put the hour where I'm going to be working on the book project that I need to be working on, where we're putting together the cover for a client, or where we're putting together the formatting for the book, or where I'm putting together my speech. I put it on the calendar. I make sure that I'm putting stuff on the calendar that's actually going to help me move forward. So you need to think about what are the things that you need to be putting on the calendar on a weekly basis to make sure that your business is moving forward instead of just waking up and doing random things and just going throughout the day, just not even knowing what you even completed because you didn't have a track record of what it is that you needed to do. And also, you didn't have the plans on your calendar. And just remember, I don't remember who said this, but somebody said, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So are you planning your week out? Are you making sure that you're looking at the things that you need to get done for the next week? And then are you putting together those quadrants? Are you looking at what's urgent? What are the things that you need to get done today? Are you looking at the things that are important but not urgent that you need to schedule out on your calendar? Are you looking at the things that you need to delegate, the things that you're holding on to that you shouldn't be doing, those little tasks that you need to stop doing, and then also the things that you need to eliminate? Maybe you're having too many coffees, too many lunches, whatever it is. You need to make sure that you're eliminating those things that are not moving the needle in your business, and then again putting those six tasks on the 3x5 card, and then transferring it over to your Google Calendar to make sure that your calendar looks like you have some stuff that you need to do in order for you to be productive and move the needle. And then finally, I want to share this final tip with you that is called the 50-10 or the 25-5 rule. So this rule it's not even a rule, it's just 50-10 or the 25-5. So what I like to do is when I'm doing a task or when I'm focused on something, I put a 50-minute timer on my phone, and then I put some EDM music or classical music to help me concentrate. And then I stay laser focused on the task at hand so that to make sure that I'm working on the thing that I need to be working on and the things that need to be worked on to move the needle in my business. And I make sure that I take off all the distractions, all those extra 30 tabs that you have on there. I take those off, or the Amazon tasks, or the Instagram, or the TikTok, just putting that away, because for every distraction that you get, it takes you 11 to 21 minutes to get back into laser focus. So just imagine if you're constantly getting text message after text message, and then you're checking your phone back and forth. And now it's going to take you 11 to 21 minutes to get back into laser focus. But if you're constantly doing it throughout the 50 minutes, you won't be able to get it done. Now, if you're the type of person that has trouble with focus, You can do the 25-5 rule where you put a 25-minute timer and then you take a 5 minute break. Now, during these breaks, what I like to do is I like to go do some push ups. I like to go for a little walk, or I like to just relax and maybe just scroll on my phone. And then once the timer goes off after the 5 minutes, after the 10 minutes, I then go back into another 50-minute increment where I stay laser focused on the task, or another 25 minutes, whatever amount of time you need. Make sure that you just find your time. I've even had clients who have ADHD where they can only focus for 15 minutes, and that's fine. You'll get more done in those 15 minutes of laser focused work than you would in that 1 hour of just distracted work. So you really got to find out like what is the amount of time that you can stay laser focused on the task and make sure that you stick to it to make sure that you stay productive. All right. So for you, do you use any of these tools or maybe use other tools? And I would really love to hear them. Drop it in the comment section if you want to share any of that with me. And then also, if you're interested in subscribing to my channel, it's the Reinvent Yourself Discovering Your Higher Purpose channel. You can subscribe to that. You can hit the like button or just and also hit the bell notification because I'm going to be putting out videos like this every Monday at 8 a.m., which is Arizona time. That's 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then also we put interviews that we have with past authors that we've had in the books. You can check them out on Wednesdays where they will share their story of reinventing themselves. And if you're also interested in a free consultation, I'm offering one free 30-minute consultation in case you're having trouble with procrastination and you are not being productive and you're not taking your business to the next level. If you're interested in something like that, I'd be happy to give you a free 30-minute session so I can show you how I can help you with making sure that you do have a plan, a strategy, and a plan of action to make sure that you're moving forward with your business.